Hello fellow pedalboard of doomers, it is I, oh my gosh, it's Josh, is back with another video. I hope you're all doing extremely well. Today, our resident pedalboard of doom host, Budget Pedal Chap. Budget Pedal Chap. It's almost like a limerick, isn't it? Budget Pedal Chap, there we go. I did a video on the Helix Stomp and was talking about DSP and how much his Helix Stomp could run DSP wise. So I thought we would do a video on exactly the same thing but with the Quad Cortex, as it is quite renowned for the amount of DSP and computing power it can use. So what I'm going to do is I've been scouring the Cortex cloud as well as patches that are on the Quad Cortex, and we're going to show you just a few glimpses of patches that have a lot of CPU usage and ones that don't, and showing you the difference in what actually takes up a lot of the CPU. So as you can see with the camera in front of us, we've just got a Brit 2203, which is your typical Marshall. So if I come up to this top corner, you can see here we have a CPU monitor, and we can see we're running at 27%. That's obviously the capabilities of the Cortex, and we can see that the amp is taking up the majority, the delay is, and a little bit on the reverb. We can see that now this is running 35%, so we're only running about 6% more. Again, the amps are taking up the main sort of percentage of the CPU. This delay in front, we can see the overdrives are pretty much taking nothing, and neither are the cabs. So the amps that we've got here is an EVH, and we've also got a Friedman. Meaty. This is something ever so slightly different. Now, as you can see, this is running a lot of different signals. So we're coming in through 4, and then we're coming out through the top inputs here. So you can see it's a really big signal chain. Now, if I go onto the CPU here, you can see we're running at 71%. We've got lots of modulation, drives, pitch, filters, we've got some gates, we've got a capture here, and this is probably one of my favourite patches. I am not a fantastically learned guitar player, but I will show you what this does. So if I just bring it in. Again, this is another one of my favorites, and again, if we go to the CPU, this one is even less than the first one that we did, even though we are running more of a different signal path, and this is because it's the way it's optimized. We're coming in through two separate signal paths, and then we are running the two signal paths into one out. I'm going to show you again. Here we have an Acoustic Sim. You can see we're using a lot of effects here on this, but because of the way it's utilised, we're at 31%. So first of all, I'm going to show you my Devin Townsend style sound. I've got it set to various different modes. We've got a pitch, we've got an overdrive, we've got 2 amps, one is a dirty, one is a clean, EQ, we've got 4 cabs, 2 of them are obviously disabled at the moment, a chorus, a delay, a reverb, and another delay. If I go to my CPU monitor, you can see I'm running it at 48%, but because of the way I've utilised it, it's using a little bit more. You can guess what that's kind of referencing sound-wise. I'm just going to turn off these pitch shifters because I would usually use this on my Les Paul to come down to D standard. We're at 54%, but this is a very heavy. We've got one signal path coming in, another one, and then another one. So this is a patch that I found coming onto the Cortex Cloud that really does utilise a lot of heavy effects within the DSP and CPU routing. It's called Midsommar. Now this is very much an ambient reverb sort of textured sound. So if I come up on again onto our CPU, we're running at 50%. Here we go with this one. Now if you are at all high on any sort of substances, this may sound very odd to you. I haven't even played the guitar like for about 10 seconds and it's still going. It's crazy, 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 crazy patch. It's a really good one to show you about how to utilise the CPU really well. Is one that Rabia has made that he sent me, and you can get this on Rabia's Cortex Cloud, and it's a mix between a JVM, Marshall JVM 410, we've got a VX Kraken, and we've also got an SLO, all in sort of one tidy rig. Now this is 59% because these captures are taking quite a lot, as you can see, of the CPU, and the captures are what tends to take up a big chunk of the CPU. So what I've done in literally about 3 minutes, I've just made a very quick preset. So we've got, I'll quickly show you, an octave, compressor, EQ, a clon, an octave octave fuzz. We've got an SLO 100, delay, a hall reverb, and we've also got a granifier by Omega amplifiers. Another simple delay and a hall. And as you can see, I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4 captures, which tends to run the CPU quite high. And so are these, and so are these, and I'm at 41%. As you can see now, I've duplicated this entire rig, and our CPU is at 79%. So we're running quite high on the CPU. And now, if I go into, like trying to add a capture, it's not letting me add a capture because I'm running too much CPU. So it'll only give you things, facial fuzz, green 808, it will only give you certain effects that it will allow you to put in. So let's just see how this sounds, because I've not really done anything to it. So let's see. Let's add in some octave fuzz. So I've now engaged a lead sort of sound. We've got But at the end, as you can see, I just had it all gunned and it just sounds absolutely colossal. So I am going to publish this preset on the Cortex Cloud if you wish to have this on your neural Quad Cortex, if you were so lucky enough to get one for Christmas. So this is kind of just a quick look over at using the DSP on the Quad Cortex, and at one point I'm going to get together with our resident Budget Pedal Chap. Budget Pedal Chap, I will be able to say that at some point perfectly without having any issues, and we are going to run a full band, or as close to a full band as possible, through the Quad Cortex. I'm really looking forward to doing that. Oh my gosh, it's Josh. I'm sorry you haven't had a video camera looking at me, but I've had dental surgery, my face is swollen, and I'm pretty sure that you don't want to be seeing that. So thank you all again for tuning into this video. Please make sure you like, you share, you subscribe, you hit the notification bell. Check out Budget Pedal Chap's video, it's in the description box below, and it will also be at the end clip where you can see it in the top corner, and you can click it and go straight to it. You can find me on Instagram at the Corona Mortis. You can also check us out on Spotify at the Guitar Geeks podcast, and on my own personal YouTube, Joshy ZK. I will also again put a link for that in the description box below. Thank you all again for tuning in. This has been Oh My Gosh, It's Josh, and I will see you again in a video very soon.